There it is.
I'm tired. I'm very sleepy. Very, very
Happy
sleepy. Hi.
Monday.
Happy Monday, everybody. Happy Monday. How's everybody doing? Make sure you're putting us in your pocket, subscribing to this
Right there.
this wonderful, beautiful podcast of ours. Guys, hit the button. You're telling her to hit the button. You need to hit the button too. Hit that.
Yeah, that's right.
And put us in your pocket for later. Do that. Also, sign up for Zach, our friend Zach. We love Zach at Bulwark. Sign up for a special inflation webinar happening Thursday, May 30th. Do it. He's an expert, you guys, on all things money. And you can sign up for his webinar that's happening Thursday, May 30th at 3:30 p.m. Pacific, which I believe is 5:30 Central, 6:30 Eastern. Is that right?
Yes, that sounds exactly right.
At knowyourriskradio.com. You should do that. knowyourriskradio.com.
Do it.
Oh, I need some more bone frog.
You guys, couple of housekeeping items, if I may. Look what I'm wearing.
It's so cute.
It's so cute.
It really is cute.
Got mine. Hope you guys have yours too. If you have not gotten your Camp Tono 2024 t-shirt yet, you should get it at gratefulamericanaapparel.com. Don't forget 100% of the proceeds go to help our vets. So gratefulamericanaapparel.com. Make sure to get you one. Also, if you are a person who made the cut for the June 28th tailgate ahead of Camp Tono, which is June 29th, if you made the cut for the tailgate, you have gotten your email. It was sent out on Friday. So make sure that you check your spam or your junk email folder if you did not get it, because I didn't get any bounce backs. Everybody's email worked fine. And so you should have that email now that gives you the time and the place for the Friday tailgate. So if you don't have that, check again, because you should have it. Or you should have an email from me saying that you did not make the cut because we were full. But again, very few people, I think there were maybe 10 who did not actually get in time for the Friday tailgate. So all the details are in your email. And then lastly, now there are 2 reports of people that were in our Facebook Insiders group who have been eliminated or are no longer able to see the group for whatever reason. At least one, and I'm assuming both, had something to do with the fact that the payment card or whatever that you had entered into Facebook, you had to change, or maybe it expired or something. In any case, that seems to trigger something with Facebook where they are like, oh, well, then we're going to kick you out of the group. It has nothing to do with us. And I have tried literally everything I can think of to help people get back in. But it is out of our hands. It is purely a Facebook glitch and an issue on Facebook's. It's on their side. I hate it, but this is one more reason that at some point everybody's just going to need to switch over to Locals. Yeah, because Locals does not do this kind of shit. You know what I mean?
We've been trying to reach Mark Zuckerberg on his new yacht, and we cannot reach him. We can't. He's very busy.
It's so frustrating. It is so frustrating.
Yeah. God. Facebook sucks.
They really do. As much as, Insiders is great fun. We love it.
Right. I know. And everybody's on it, and we can't get people to not be on it. You know what I mean? We've been saying that for years. Everybody's just that's mental memory. Everybody's on it. It's a habit that we can't break. But
I cannot encourage people enough to make the switch to Locals. Right. You're going to get the same exclusive content there that you would in the Insiders. It's just a different setup of the community. Right. And granted, sometimes some people think it's not as good and some people like it better. But eventually I think we're all just going to be at Locals, because Facebook just keeps effing with our group, and it makes me insane with rage. So anyway, that's what's happening. Nancy, is Locals free? To be a supporter, it's not, but neither is Facebook Insiders. So if you're a Facebook Insider, you're already paying for that membership. And so I'm just saying it's the same price, either place. And some people belong to both, which we so appreciate those people.
Absolutely.
But yeah, it's the same, no matter if you're an insider or if you're a supporter on Locals, it's the same. Also, the Iranian president is dead. And I don't even know his name. I don't care. He's an
Nobody
evil,
cares.
was an evil tyrant.
No.
And he, along with his foreign minister and some other officials, have perished in a helicopter accident, a helicopter crash. And so now there's going to be like a new election within 50 days, I think is their rule. How they're going to do that and whether the replacement will be just as awful as this individual was remains to be seen. It is likely that it will be somebody just as awful.
And they're blaming Israel. They're blaming Israel.
Of course.
Yeah. It was either Israel or America, right? I mean, it was one of the two, but it's Israel.
Sure.
That's as of this
For
morning.
sure.
Yeah. They're pointing the finger there. So,
and then also just a quick point of personal privilege, if I may. Kate Hudson's album is freaking awesome. It's awesome. Like, I just can't love it harder.
I mean, her dad is a musician, so you kind of knew she had it in her.
Oh my God. I have been listening to it nonstop this entire weekend.
Yeah, she wrote me. She's like, it is a triumph.
It is a triumph. It really, really is.
It is magical. Yeah. I mean,
it's magical.
I heard her sing the one song and I thought she's got some pipes, but I mean, she comes by that naturally. Her dad was I don't even know her dad. Hudson. What's his first name?
Bill. I think it was Bill Hudson. And he had two brothers that they all were musicians together.
Right. And he totally abandoned her, but apparently he was a very accomplished musician. So she comes by it naturally, and she's attracted to musicians. Have you noticed that?
She is. Yes, she is.
Her husband, or the guy that she has, her current baby daddy. I don't think they're married yet, but he's the one who produced that album that she just put out.
Oh, really?
So yeah, I mean, I don't know. He's the Japanese dude, half Japanese dude.
I have no idea who it is.
Yeah, she has a little girl with him now. But anyways, he is the one who produced it, and I think he helped her write most of the songs. So she's a big.
Well, I mean, as far as every interview I've heard, she wrote them. Like, she is the writer. She writes her own songs, and I got to tell you, she's awesome. She's an awesome songwriter.
Very, very
There's
good.
all kinds of different genres, so some of it sounds a little almost country. I wouldn't say all the way country because I'm not a huge country fan. A lot of like soulful ballads, a lot of really poppy songs. I mean, it's just got the best mix of everything.
Yeah.
And I was so surprisingly impressed with the whole thing. It's amazing.
Yeah. And in a world full of Taylor Swifts, like, it's a nice breath of fresh air. It's different kind of music.
And every performance that she's given of her songs in a live setting, she kills it. Like, she is not overly produced or like manufactured. Girl can sing. Yeah. I mean, she really, really can. So I'm just saying,
Kate Hudson. We're talking about Kate Hudson. Kate Hudson. Yeah.
Amazing.
Goldie Hawn's daughter. Remember Almost Famous?
Yes. Oh, so good. So good. And you know what else is good? CoatDefense.com. Coat Defense, this is their flagship item. This is preventative powder. It should actually be called preventative/treatment powder, because if your dog is suffering from like skin irritations, rashes, itchy scratchies, whatever the case may be, this stuff is the bomb. You just sprinkle it all over your dog, you rub that in, and it works for so many things that people would normally take their pets to the vet for. You don't need to do that. If you keep this at home, use it preventatively or use it to treat your dog, your cat, your horse, whatever the case may be, they're going to feel so much better. And it's non-toxic. So even if your dog like licks some off of his feet or whatever, it's fine. It's fine. It's safe. It's completely safe. And that's another thing that makes it different than, first of all, having to go and get some, chemical prescription. You've got a non-toxic powder to use that works like a freaking charm. And you can get 15% off of your order of Coat Defense at CoatDefense.com using promo code do it. All right, let's get into some things, shall we? So there's a lot of polling going around. There's a new Fox poll that shows Trump narrowly ahead of Joe Biden by like a point. And so lots of chitter chatter about polls and where the election stands as of right now. Of course, a million things can change between now and then. But right now, there's this 1 point advantage that he seems to have. And according to this fellow, I think his last name is Doug Schoen, he believes that Democrats are in a bit of denial about Joe Biden's not great performance. Here he is to explain.
The new Fox News polling is showing that former President Trump nationally with a 1-point lead over President Biden. Now, it's within the margin of error, but the fact is that Trump has been slightly ahead for about 6 months. And then you have the battleground state polls. Do you feel like the Biden campaign is in denial?
I think they're absolutely in denial. I talk to top Democrats all the time, and they are aghast that the Biden campaign hasn't reached out, hasn't changed strategy, hasn't done anything about inflation, the border, and is involved in conflicts overseas that seemingly will not be resolved anytime soon. Put another way, Ed, the Democratic Party, given the swing states, knows that it is in trouble. The only people who don't appear to know that is the Biden campaign.
Well, maybe they just believe that they're just going to cheat when the time comes, so they're in denial. That's the only thing that I can think of. Because what a disastrous strategy to just be in denial when you know that you're losing miserably and your policies suck, and the other guy's starting to edge on you, and you're like, we're just going to keep doing what we've been doing. What? How is that a good strategy? I feel like you should do something different.
And the strategy has been, let's just tell everybody that they're not hurting as bad as they are.
Yeah. Okay, gaslighters. All right.
That doesn't seem very effective.
No. Thank you, but no.
Well, and Frank Luntz had some specific stats about Black voters and specifically Black men voters. Here he is to explain.
Why do you think Trump is right now doing historically well with Black voters, and is Biden in real unreversible trouble here?
Well, nothing is unreversible because you cannot predict anything in this election campaign. I'm asked what will be the October surprise. It's that every week is going to bring us an October surprise. But specifically with Black voters, it's not all Black voters. It's younger Black voters and particularly younger Black men. I discovered this when I got off a plane at JFK when 2 baggage handlers came over to me to tell me that I don't get it, that they're going to vote for Donald Trump because they think they are being victimized the same way that he is. In some of these votes that have left Joe Biden over the last 4 years, it's because of Biden's weakness. In this case, young Black men see in Donald Trump the same kind of oppression, the same kind of persecution, the idea that Trump is a victim and they feel victimized by the system. And so they're endorsing Trump because of the fight that he's having. And I actually think it's possible that among Black voters, male Black voters under age 40, that even a third of them could end up with Trump in the fall. Make no mistake, Black women hate Donald Trump, but Black men are giving him a look, giving him a listen, and the younger you are, the more likely you are to vote for him.
Not all Black women. I know a couple Black women here that think he's great. So
yeah,
I mean, he's wrong about that. And also, he's starting to look like a life-sized, like Homer Simpson. Is it just me?
Oh my gosh, that is who he reminds us of.
Yeah,
yes.
I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the shape of his face or something, but that's who he's starting to resemble.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
Well, and it's odd that his hair is so all the same color and his beard is not.
Everything
like,
is like
he probably needs to get some matchy for like the beard, like some just for men. You know what I mean?
The curtains don't match the is that the carpet? Yeah, it's like it's not working for you, Frank.
I'm just saying.
Just pro tip from the chicks.
Pro tip. Mm-hmm. Kim Strassel said, and rightly, that what we do know about this upcoming election is that it's gonna be ugly. Here she is.
I always knew that this was going to be an ugly race. I mean, just look at the way that they challenged each other to the debate. There was some, real tweaking of going on of each other and both of them and some accusations. So we knew this was going to be ugly. It's likely to be a very fractious debate. I think there are risks, though, on both sides for them doing that. Look, Donald Trump's big mistake with that first debate 4 years ago, where he was constantly interrupting, yelling, it highlighted this theme that was a growing worry in many people's minds about the chaos of his presidency, and given that it was coming during COVID when everything felt chaotic anyway, I think that really hurt him going into the polls. On the other hand, Joe Biden has tried very hard to to portray this image of this kindly grandfather, calm and everything. And he looks like he feels this need to be feisty. But I think that if he is scrabbling back, I mean, I don't see how any of them either actually come out of this debate maybe helping themselves very much, although I do believe it's probably good that the country will be having the debate.
Okay, the chaos thing. Seriously, with Trump being all about the chaos, like Biden is not the calm grandfather that they promised, obviously. And Trump is, I don't think Trump, like when she equates Trump to chaos, I think she's completely wrong on that. Like, who's the one who has put us into wars when it comes to foreign policy? I mean, Trump is Deepak Chopra in foreign policy compared to Biden. Let's get real, because we're in the middle of 2 wars now, and I'm just expecting China to invade Taiwan like whenever before Biden gets out of there. So he'll probably have us in 3 wars before he's out of there. And so compared to Biden, my God, he's calm compared to Biden. Biden's chaos. And then you add to that like the border and the economy and the culture rot and my God, everything else. And we're in absolute chaos with Biden.
Everything is worse. Everything.
I feel like we're living in apps. Every day is chaos. Every day we come on the show and it's like, okay, what other fire is happening this morning? You know, and it's because of Biden. It's not because of Trump. I felt like we were in a lot more calm of a nation under Trump. The only thing that those people hated is the way that he talked, his demeanor.
Right.
It's because he put out a mean tweet every once in a while and people freaking hated that. Well, that kept things calm.
And the chaos that is surrounding him is being delivered upon him by Democrats. So all the court cases and all of the everything. And they did it while he was president with the whole Russia thing. 100%. They created the chaos. They always created it.
Every day, Mock. Every day. You're 100% correct. Mm-hmm.
So Joe Biden being Mr. Kind statesman, calm. No, everything is on fire.
You're so right. If they would have just left him alone, like just for a couple days, just for an hour or two, if they just would have left him alone and let him do his job when he was in the job, we would have had so much peace, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
wouldn't that have been nice? Yeah.
Andrea Viola, thank you very much. She says communism is ushered in under chaos. Yeah, and the worse it gets, the more likely it is that President Biden will just be like, I'm declaring martial law and nobody is allowed to vote. And I'm just gonna have to win another term. I'm just gonna have to take it.
Don't you think that's what they want? I feel like that's precisely what they've been wanting.
I mean, if you wanted chaos, what would your presidency look like if not this?
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's by design.
It sure feels that way because damn, I mean, everything is bad. Literally everything is bad.
Totally.
Which is why it's always a good time to be thinking about maybe adding gold or other precious metals into your financial portfolio, your retirement planning. It is just think about what is the one thing that actually can weather an economic storm? No pun intended. But like gold always weathers it, right? That's one thing that stands the test of time, has stood the test of time since the beginning of time and since there was gold to be had. And so if it's something that you've thought about, but you haven't quite bitten the bullet and you'd like to at least get more information about it, well, you're in luck because our BFFs at Birch Gold are the best at providing that information to you for absolutely free. All you have to do is text the word chicks to 989898. They will send you a free information kit about how you might add gold to your investments. And then what you do with that kit is entirely up to you. You may decide, okay, well, that's helpful information, but maybe not for me right now. That's fine. The best thing about Birch Gold is that there's never any obligation. They just want to get you educated about how gold may be helpful to you. And then beyond that, what you decide to do with that information is entirely up to you. So again, get the free information kit by just texting the word chicks to 989898. So we've talked a lot about presidential debates and the 2 that have been initiated at this point. But what about the vice presidential debate? Fox is making a play for it, and they announced it right here.
A little breaking news to discuss right now. Fox News is requesting the opportunity to host a vice presidential debate. Let's bring in special report anchor Brett Baer to talk to us a little bit about this proposal. Hello, Brett.
Hey, Martha, this is the Wild West of debate proposals.
Right.
We put out a debate proposal for a presidential debate. It was accepted by former President Trump, not accepted yet by the Biden camp in early October. And now there is a pitch specifically for the vice presidential debate. Went out about a half an hour ago to both campaigns, suggesting that in addition, the Fox News media has reached out to Virginia State University, VSU, as the possible location since it was selected by the Commission of Presidential Debates to be the first historically black college or university to host a presidential debate. So we are making this formal request for a vice presidential debate either July 23rd, August 13th, or after the RNC and DNC conventions. And just in the past few minutes, as that has gone out, I have received this from former President Trump and the campaign. On behalf of the future Vice President of the United States, who I have not yet chosen, we hereby accept the Fox vice presidential debate, hopefully at Virginia State University, the first historically black college or university to host a debate. Date to be determined. I urge Vice President Kamala Harris to agree to this. Make America great again. Again, that's
just pick the person. We all want to know. I'm not the only person who's like, I'm getting a little frustrated. Just pick the person.
Nancy?
Just name it. He knows who it. I feel like he knows who it is.
Do you?
I feel don't you think?
I don't know. Like, what is the holdup? Why is there a delay? Why won't he just say if he's made a decision?
I don't know. I don't know what his delay would be. I don't know. Not just a fear of commitment. I don't know. Maybe he's got that fear, but he's just name the person. He's just because listen, he's the guy that he knows about entertainment. He knows about like that anticipation and the media. He knows how to work the media. He knows how to do that. Right. And so he's just waiting to the element of surprise, the very last minute. He knows how to do it. And so he's waiting to do it. People like me are like, just freaking say it.
I know.
And so he's just waiting. He's waiting.
Well, we'll see if it's if whoever it is agrees. I mean, Trump has already agreed on whoever it is their behalf to debate Kamala. Now we have to see if Kamala will agree. I don't know. If it's a Fox debate, I don't think she'll agree. I think they would agree. I think she would agree if it was like, MSNBC.
I'm sorry, but that's a wuss move.
It's totally a wuss move.
He's agreed to all of the CNN, the MSNBCs, and the ABCs. He's agreed to all of that. If they won't agree to a Fox one, it just that plays their hand. I mean, like they know, right? Exactly who these people are. We already did, but I mean, what a bunch of cowards.
I know. Well, and Trump was on the campaign trail talking a little bit of smack about how ridiculous the Biden demands are with respect to how they want this debate to run. And so now he's taken to calling Jake Tapper fake Tapper. So here's one clip of Trump talking about fake Tapper.
Fake Tapper is going to be heading up the team that interrogates you. I said, that's okay. I accept the debate. I accept it. You know why? Because nobody thought he was going to debate. They didn't think I'd accept it. I accept. Then another one called. They put out another one. I said, I accept. They didn't even tell me where it was, who it was. I didn't care. What the hell difference does it make? I mean, So we did something that they were shocked at. They had no idea that, they figured, well, we're not going to do CNN, and we're not going to have Tapper be the guy. And we're not going to have other people involved in that show that, they thought there was no negotiation. I said, I accept anything you want. Let's debate. And now they're shocked. They don't know what the hell to do because they have a debate.
My husband went to the NRA convention this weekend. He wasn't there on Saturday when Trump was there because it was so crowded, but he went yesterday. And so it was a lot more subdued yesterday, but it was like the remnants of, the leftovers of Trump was there. And he said it was like he got a really big crowd and everything. Obviously he was endorsed by the NRA. And he said a lot of Trump stuff was there, just a lot of, apparently he had a really great crowd there at the NRA convention in Dallas, which is great. That's really, really
No,
good.
that's awesome. Well, and he kept it up. There's another clip of him referring to fake Tapper on, is this CNN or I forget which channel this is on, but they've got some chick who's weighing in and reacting to Trump, calling him fake Tapper. And the spin that she has created in her mind about why Trump has accepted is so freaking off the rails, you guys. You just have to listen to believe it.
From CNN. Oops, I shouldn't say that. I'm doing a debate for them. They'll be slightly tougher. No, I have fake Tapper is they said, I just want to debate this guy, but and I'm gonna demand a drug test too, by the way.
Great idea.
No, I really am.
It's a great idea.
Now, as Trump complains about the rule, it seems Biden has the upper hand. Would you say the Biden camp got the better deal for this debate layout?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Not only did they get the better deal, they got the better of Trump, especially when you look at the way the two individuals handled responding to the debate. Biden gave very clear requirement, and he had a little fun and poked some jokes at Trump. Okay. Trump, on the other hand, went off the rails, as he usually does, showing, again, a huge contrast between President Biden and former President Trump. Now, Trump's going to keep doing all this stuff because, frankly, Rev, that's all he's got.
Frankly, Rev.
What?
She's a Republican strategist, that broad.
What? Oh my
God. I mean, that's like Mock and I going and being like, you know what, we're going to change jobs. We're going to become Democrat strategists. That's what we're going to do for a living. Like, where do they get these people?
I have no idea. But that's crazy.
Yeah, she makes a living being a Republican strategist and just talking trash about Republicans. That's what she does. How crazy is that, right? I mean, okay. That's all
she's trying to say that Biden ended up looking like he was more in control of his faculty. He's the one that had 14 cuts in a 14-second video saying, put him up. And then Trump is like, I'm in, let's even have more. And she's calling that an off the rails reaction. What?
Yeah. That's all he's got. No, actually he has more than that, lady Susan. He's got more, Susan. In fact, he's got a record to run on where Biden doesn't.
Yeah.
Biden's got disastrous policies as evidenced by everything we've seen over the past 3 years. And Trump can just rail on him. He can use everything that we've seen over the past 3 years and just pummel him with data. But, you go ahead and spew all the stuff out of your face. That's all he's got.
What are you saying?
I know. Republican strategist.
Okay. And naturally, Democrats have pounced on this comment that Trump made. And it's very clear the intention behind this comment. So as everybody knows, Trump does not believe in the results of the 2020 election. I don't think that's a surprise to anyone. So he made this comment during this campaign rally about how if he wins in November, would this be his second term or would it actually be his third? You know what I mean? Like he's playing that whole, he actually won 2020. But now, because he said that, Democrats are twisting that to make it sound as though he will just not give up the presidency if he wins again and will instead try to run or try to hold on to it for a second term after that. Because Democrats are out of their minds and they will pick everything that he says and twist it into something it isn't. Here's how he actually said it.
I don't know. Are we going to be considered 3-term or 2-term? You tell me. Ronnie, what do you think? Are we 3-term or 2-term if we win? But think of it. They're going to say, wonderful. Now, he did that State of the Union the other day. He was high as a kite.
That's it. That's what they're freaking out about.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let him freak out. You know?
Oh, my God.
Let him freak out. Yeah. Well, obviously, it's 2-term because look at all the crap that's happened over the past, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
I wouldn't want to take credit for anything that's happened over the past 3 years if I were him, you know?
That's right. There was also a funny moment where he was fighting with the podium. Like it kept slipping. There was something off balance on the stage. And it was so funny the way that he kind of joked about it. Listen to this.
But Americans are not struggling. You know, this is the worst platform. Who put this stage up here? This is the worst. The frickin' place is falling down. I notice it keeps tilting further left. Like too many other things.
That's so great. You know, Biden would have fallen.
Oh, without question.
He would have. There's no way he would have been able to do that and not completely fallen on his face.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're absolutely
so,
right.
Compare and contrast.
BTK, thank you. BTK says, close the mics for the hosts when the debate is on.
I don't
Okay.
think they're going to. They're not going to do
gonna
that. No. In fact, they're going to probably close the mic a lot for Trump.
Yeah. I mean, they've already said that's been like one
Yeah.
of Biden's stipulations, right?
Right.
So-
That and like probably no drug test. And there's, you know, they're going to have.
Why
to,
would they decline that? Like, why would they reject that if there's nothing to hide? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Just take it. What's the harm in taking it? And then you can prove to everyone, no, I'm not on drugs.
Yeah.
Like, what is the harm?
He totally. I think it should be like the Olympics. They
Yeah.
should both have to take drug tests.
Yes.
Yeah, and he's probably demanding like a certain kind of ice cream backstage. He's probably being like a total J-Lo diva. You know he is.
With like green M&Ms and stuff.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Biden spoke at the NAACP, and there are some little chunks of Bidenisms that we thought we would share, like his intro, for example. So when he introduced himself, he calls himself a lifelong member of the NAACP.
My name's Joe Biden, and I'm a lifetime member of the NAACP. But I said that a little earlier to the president. He said, "Are your dues paid up?" I got to check. Oh, my Lord.
Oh, my Lord,
right.
he said.
He looks at one guy in the audience. He says, "Wow, you look clean and articulate." What a jerk this guy is. He's such a panderer.
Oh my God. It got so bad with the whole DEI stuff. Like, listen to this comment that he made about how DEI is basically the pinnacle of his presidency.
Oh my God.
It's so pandery.
Lord. Look, the values of diversity, equity, and inclusion are the core strength of America.
Really?
That's why I'm proud to have the most diverse administration in history, to tap into the full talents of our country. I promised you when I was president, I would have an administration that looked like America. We have more African Americans. We have more women. We have more minorities in our administration than any other administration in all of history. That's why we're doing so damn well.
Really?
That's why
That's
they're
why.
doing so well.
So damn well. So damn well. Or in the words of Kamala, so effing well.
Well, in his words too. Remember, he's the originator.
That's right.
Big effing deal.
So effing well, you guys. What an
Gosh.
absolute pander this guy is.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's bad.
they lap it up. They're just like, oh, he's so great. He's so great. No, he's not. No. We're
I think I
spiraling.
heard that's right somewhere in the audience.
That's it. Yeah, you did.
Pretty sure I heard
just
that.
one. It was just one.
You guys, it's time to talk about dogs. Oh my gosh. This is Ruff Greens, the magical green powder that brings your dog's dry kibble to life, because dry dog food is dead dog food. This is what brings it to life with, as you can see, essential vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and digestive enzymes, which were all mixed into this amazing green powder by naturopathic Dr. Dennis Black, who is an expert on all things dogs. The best part, of course, in addition to their shiny coats and their better smelling breath and their better energy levels, is the fact that they love the taste. They love it. Dogs eat this stuff up, and you just sprinkle it onto their food, and they're just like, it's like a dressing, if you will, for your dogs. They love it.
It's like gravy for the biscuit, y'all.
And I have a testimonial from Jeff from Denver, who said our old dog Jax is 15. So my Ella dog is almost 15. and was suffering from lethargy and a lot of weakness in his legs. He often seemed confused and had trouble moving around. That has all changed. He is very lively, eats much more regularly, and has tons of energy. He's back to playing with other dogs and with us. We hope this lasts for many more years. It has been a miracle, which is so awesome. I know. And you guys, you can try it for free. You can try a free Jumpstart trial bag from Ruff Greens by going to ruffchicks.com, RUFF chicks.com, ruffchicks.com. Get yourself a trial bag for free. See what your dog thinks. And then I can guarantee you're probably going to be subscribing because it is amazing. Ruffchicks.com. Stuart the Brit, thank you. Stuart says, Democrats seem to me to have an affliction similar to Munchausen syndrome. They like the abuse and love the abuser.
It's true.
They are pretty masochistic, the Democrats. Okay, where did we leave off? With Biden. So Biden also made a comment in that same NAACP speech about how he's thwarted the Supreme Court ruling over his student loan forgiveness. And because he can't ever say words right, you know how he is.
Yeah.
I think he meant to say that the Supreme Court is the most extreme Supreme Court, but instead he said this.
That's why my administration is taking the most significant action, notwithstanding the Supreme Court tried to stop me, to provide student debt relief, most supreme ever.
the most supreme ever.
It's like super duper extra supreme with extra cheese. Super duper.
Oh my God. He's just ridiculous.
I cannot wait for him to be gone. I just can't.
I know.
It's just not soon enough.
I know.
Gotta go.
There was on trending over the weekend too. There was a side-by-side of Biden reading a teleprompter within the same week. So we're talking about within the same 7-day period, somebody took one instance where he was reading a teleprompter and put it side by side with another so that you can see the difference in his face. And just, it's weird, you guys. It's super weird. I would not have thought much of it until I saw it myself. Check this out.
Let's pick the dates, Donald. I hear you're free on Wednesdays. Donald Trump lost 2 debates to me in 2020. Since then, he hadn't shown up for debates. Now he's acting like he wants to debate me again.
What the heck?
Make my day, pal. I'll even do it twice. So let's pick the dates, Donald. I hear you're free on Wednesday.
I mean, that was like 2 different dudes.
The same person. It's not the same person. One has eyeballs and one doesn't. One is like,
it's a pretty big difference.
What? I can't read it. Oh my gosh. Isn't that
so
weird?
Yeah. So then the rumors started flying. Oh, that's AI. That's somebody's manipulated those videos. That's all fake. And so the BBC wrote an entire piece about how it isn't, and that it's so unusual that the claims of it being a deep fake were going viral. But in fact, it's legit. Those videos have not been tampered with whatsoever.
Wow.
And so when the BBC had to put out that reporting, that was saying something. You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy.
The eyes.
Yeah. It's wild, right?
Yeah. Somebody said, that mother effer isn't real. Sharon.
I'm telling you right now. Oh my God. Biden also gave a commencement address over the weekend at Morehouse College, an HBCU. And it was the most negative, pessimistic, just like not commencement address ever. In which, once again, to your point about how much he panders, he had a Black audience, right? To whom he told things like, George, you basically graduated high school in the midst of George Floyd, and everybody treats you less than, and your lives are hard because you're Black. Like, literally the opposite of what you would want to say at a graduation commencement.
They're going to put you back in chains.
Essentially.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
It was so negative. Here's just a little bit of what he said. Yeah, it was bad. It's real.
Mm-hmm.
It's real bad.
You missed your high school graduation. You started college just as George Floyd was murdered.
Oh my God.
And there was a reckoning on race It's natural to wonder if democracy you hear about actually works for you.
Oh my God.
What is democracy? If black men are being killed in the street, what is democracy? The trail of broken promises still leave black communities behind. What is democracy? You have to be 10 times better than anyone else to get a fair shot.
What is he saying?
Most of all, what does it mean, as we've heard before, to be a black man who loves his country, even if it doesn't love him back in equal measure?
Oh my God.
Right?
And they're like, clap now? I'm super inspired.
I mean, that's what you want to hear at your commencement?
From an old white dude who's basically taken a government check for 50 years. Useless.
Oh my God. That
what
was
a useless
amazing.
Dude. Yeah. Wow.
And it was so bad even that Charles Coleman on MSNBC was even like, I don't know if that was the right thing for him to do. Here he is.
The argument that the record supports, Joe Biden having had a very successful presidency. Yeah. The evidence is there.
Right.
The issue is that the messaging
is not that.
Is not.
Right.
And you've gotten to this point where you've had 4 years to figure it out and you haven't quite struck the right tenor. And so now you're in a space where you have to make these decisions. There were a couple things that I heard during the speech that hit me particularly as a black man. One of them was he talked about black men being in a space where they love America, but their love for America is not reciprocated to them in equal measure.
Wow.
There's also a part where he talked about creating an America where, referencing police reform and George Floyd, which I don't know was the appropriate tenor in terms of to invoke the notion of George Floyd at that point in this conversation on their commencement.
What would have been great is to have somebody like a Ben Carson, somebody that's inspiring.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just one of a gajillion examples, but somebody who actually inspires, not Joe Biden, who's the most uninspiring hack, a plagiarizing scumbag, who sniffs people's hair. Why would they get him? Why would they get that guy? Seriously, why'd they pick him? Just because he's the president? Honestly.
Pretty much. Honestly, that's exactly why.
He's the most uninspiring. He's done jack squat. Seriously. And then he goes up there and he gives the most uninspiring, just depressing speech to pander to try to win the next election. Shame on them for getting Joe Biden to talk to those young graduates who are going out into the world, who are going to go do hopefully wonderful things with their lives. Shame on them for getting him. They could have gotten a million other people. It's wow.
There was a point too where I guess the valedictorian of the class at Morehouse gave a speech, and so Biden was sitting in the audience. And you guys, you have to look at his face. He claps, of course, when this valedictorian is saying, "We must call for an immediate and permanent ceasefire in Gaza," and Joe Biden starts clapping. He looks like he is out of his mind. This is just watch. Look at his face.
As a human being.
Oh my God.
To call for an immediate and a permanent ceasefire in the Gaza Strip.
He just crapped his pants. Seriously.
I mean,
he absolutely just crapped his pants in that moment. That's what he just did. That's what a toddler looks like when a toddler is taking a crap. Am I wrong? Every mother has seen that face. It's the poopy pants face.
It's a pretty universal face.
Right.
It's true. It's true. And just to put a cap on how bad of a president Joe Biden has been, let's just look at some stats, shall we? So this is This is from Clay Travis, who says this is the difference between the Trump and Biden presidencies. Inflation has destroyed everything. We all have less than we did before Biden entered office.
Yeah.
This is a graphic from the Wall Street Journal. And so you can see the change in household net worth since the start of the presidency. And the red line is Trump and the blue line is Biden. Wow. And so you can see how much better off literally everybody was under Trump. I mean, there's no questioning it, right?
It's bad.
And then there was this one. Senator Butker, Cory Butker, tried to say that inflation is down more than 60% since its peak, and that core inflation is at the lowest level in 3 years. So Charles Payne was like, excuse me?
Yeah, you're drunk. Go home. You're drunk.
Totally drunk.
Yeah.
I mean, because are you serious? What
Stop it. Just stop. I mean, these people don't live in the real world. They don't. I went to a swim meet this weekend, and I just going out to eat.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Just going out to eat is like the two of us, my daughter and I, we went to Shake Shack. You guys ever been to Shake Shack? I mean, can I just tell you, Shake Shack is like so good, you guys. The burgers are so good. But I mean, it cost us, like, just for two of us, it was almost $40, you guys. God. And we didn't even get that much. I mean, honestly, she got like a shake and, I think some chicken stuff, and that's it. And like, maybe fries. And I got a burger. Honestly, $40 for the two of us to eat. It's crazy,
Insane.
Right? Like, what is even happening? And like, let's get real. 4 years ago, it would not have been that expensive.
Yeah.
Insanity. Yeah.
Not even close. It wouldn't have even been close to.
I mean, let me just tell you, the food was really amazing. And when I was eating it, I was like, so worth every penny. It was so good. But then after, I was like, wow, that was really expensive. You know what I mean?
Right.
But oh God, it was good. Yeah.
Well, speaking of potential VP choices, Tim Scott also wanted to talk about Trump's record, and particularly with respect to taxes, because as you know, Biden has been out there bragging that he's going to raise taxes on everybody. So Tim Scott wanted to make a point about that. Here he is. Right here.
Number one is cutting taxes. We're looking at the largest tax increase in American history in 2025. President Biden says he wants the taxes to go up. President Trump says he wants the taxes to stay down. The difference between that is more money in the average pocket of an American. President Trump promised $4,000. He delivered $4,400. Joe Biden has taken all those dollars plus another $7,000 on average per year out of the pockets of everyday families, devastating our economy. And Maria, millennials, the first-time home buyers, rates for mortgages are over 7%. That's devastating in a world that under President Trump was around 3%. The changes are drastic and measurable in lost money in the average paycheck.
Yeah. And then you add that mortgage rate on top of the fact that, like, I'm sorry, but these houses are not worth $450,000.
Yeah.
$500,000, $650,000. I mean, I look at houses and I'm like, that is a $450,000 house. Are you drunk? I mean, that house is like, that's a $200,000 house. It is. It just is. But they're charging ridiculous amounts for houses and for the, the construction and the materials and houses and whatnot. And then on top of that, the mortgage rates are insane. People just can't afford them. They can't.
Yeah, it's so
crazy.
Bad. And I don't think rates are coming down anytime soon, unless maybe we get a new president.
Right.
In which case they might.
Somebody said property taxes and insurance. You add that on to your mortgage and people are just priced out of homes. It's crazy.
It's out of control. Speaking of out of control, some might argue that Elise Stefanik went a little bit over the top in an interview that she was in with Shannon Bream. Now, I have not read the article that they're talking about, but allegedly the New York Times did a hit piece on Elise that included unnamed sources, but also plenty of named sources who are actually friends of hers, who have come out to say that they are very, very surprised at how strongly Elise supports Trump, given some of her previous comments about him. And Elise did not like this line of questioning from Shannon Bream at all. This runs a little bit long because I did not know where I could stop it because it was so tense that I just wanted to let it play. So here is their little back and forth.
Want to talk to you about the Veep stakes. Your name is continually thrown out as being on the short list potentially, that this trip may be part of an audition. The New York Times had a lengthy piece where they talk about your transformation, they say, from somebody who was not supportive of President Trump to somebody who is full-throatedly supportive of him. They say you called him a whack job at one point, and they add this. In August 2015, she told a New York radio station that he was insulting to women and that his candidacy would hurt the party's efforts to attract female voters. According to her former friends, they continue, she thought Mr. Trump was too awful and ridiculous to be taken seriously. Her revisionism still shocks those who have known her the longest and who remember the disdain she expressed for Mr. Trump back then. So the question is when, more importantly, why did you change your mind about President Trump?
Well, Shannon, it's a disgrace that you would quote the New York Times with nameless, faceless,
but they're quoting your
sources.
Friends, so I'm giving you a chance to respond to
Shannon,
that.
Shannon, they're not quoting my friends. Those names are not included because they are false smears. I was attacked.
To be
as the
fair,
only
there are a number
Republican
of names of people. Just to be fair, there are a number of names of people who are quoted in the article.
Shannon, let me
people
correct
can read it
you.
for themselves.
This is a false smear, and let me tell you a fact, Shannon. In 2016, I was attacked as the only elected Republican from the Northeast who voted for President Trump. Democrats spent hundreds of thousands of dollars attacking me for that fact. So to say that I didn't support him is just false. I have been proud to be one of the strongest supporters, going back to when he ran for 2016, which was when it was my first reelection to the House. I have strongly supported him. He is going to be the next president of the United States. The American people know that. My constituents know that. And I'm proud to be one of his strongest allies in Congress. I have always put my district first, New York 21 first, and America first. And this is an opportunity for us to stop the failures of Joe Biden and elect a president who led to a booming economy, a strong national security. But my record speaks for itself, Shannon.
But let me ask you.
My record stands for itself.
Let me ask you, though, because they quote you on a radio station calling him insulting to women. Is that a misquote? Did you not say that?
I said the statement that the Democrats leaked out in 2016, that was insulting. However, Shannon, I stood by and supported him, and I strongly support him. And he has done so much to promote women in senior positions, as well as promote women's economic opportunity that we experienced under the 4 years of his administration. So I've been proud to support him. It's a disgrace that you would take a New York Times article and just read negative quotes when the reality was I was the only Republican elected woman from the Northeast who voted for him in 2016, who has strongly supported him, and I'm proud to be one of his strongest allies today.
Okay, we know where you are today. Folks can go read that article for themselves. There are plenty of names, people who went on the record, and we'll leave it there. Clear.
Oh God, I was waiting for somebody to say, "Oh, baby girl, don't play." Waiting for that.
Baby girl.
That's what I was waiting. I was waiting.
Don't even play.
Don't even play. I was waiting for that. It's okay. So why is this? Why are we talking about this right now? Why is this relevant? Like, who gives
Because the New York
a
Times
shit?
has decided to come out and do a hit piece on anybody that they worry might be a potential
All
VP
right.
choice.
Okay, so okay. So we're just talking about that now because of that. That's why. Okay, because listen, there are a lot of people that said a lot of things about Trump in 2015. Yeah, like
I've said things way more recently than that.
Right. I'd like to break out an article that Mock said something about Trump in 2022 about Trump. And people would be like, she's such a rhino. Oh my God.
But that's the thing though. Why couldn't Elise, instead of just absolutely losing her shit like that, why couldn't she have said, yeah, you know what? There's been things that I've disagreed with with Trump. I still wholeheartedly support him because the alternative is horrible. And because Trump had a really successful first term. So why can't she just say that?
Or maybe she could have just said, hey, I said things about him, in 2015, and he changed my mind in 2016. Some people also did that around the 2015 to 2016 time frame. A lot of people's minds were changed because in 2016, he started kicking ass. And they were like, wow, he's surprising me. 2016, 2017, when he took office, they were like, he's really doing well. I really like this guy. He's doing the things that he told us that he was going to do. Go figure. He's ticking the boxes. He's doing the things. I like this guy. And he may have said things about grabbing some you-know-what, but I don't care because he's actually doing the things he said he was going to do. So, I mean, it's okay.
I think it looks worse to deny, honestly. She should just own it.
Just say it. Just say, I said some things and, whatever.
And I've changed my opinion of him. So
changed my opinion.
Awesome.
A lot of politicians change their opinions about a lot of things. That's what they do. So yeah, I know. I hear you. I don't know why can't they just do that?
I don't know. They just get so they get themselves so defensive, and there's no reason to be. It just makes everything worse, I think, when you just can't own what you've said.
I think so too.
Own it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Like those friends are bitches.
I have to show you something that will haunt your dreams forever.
Wait. I cannot wait.
I don't have any explanation for it. All I can tell you is that Christy and Scaramucci shared a moment.
Oh no.
And I don't know why this moment happened the way it did. I have no context. All I have is a 4-second clip that will haunt your dreams.
Names, people who went on the record, and we'll leave it there. Clear.
Oh my God. I feel like they're brothers from another mother, though. Don't you think?
What did we just see?
I do feel. I feel like it's like they are brothers from another mother.
Oh my, that's not anything I thought I was going to see.
Somebody's really bad porn is what that is. Somebody somewhere is watching that over and over again on a loop.
That's a big fat yikes right there. That is a big fat
Don't you think
yikes.
though? Just like it's very bada bing. Bada bing. That's what that is.
And then the pizza delivery man arrived.
That's what that is. Somebody somewhere in a dark basement is watching that on a loop. We see you. We don't want to.
Gross.
And now we're moving on. Please move on.
Yes, Brian Wolf. Thank you. Brian says when Trump takes the stage for the debates, they need to play Jump by Van Halen. Because then Biden will be like, don't jump.
Oh my God. He won't get it though. He won't understand the reference at all.
Barbara Trammell. Thank you. Barbara says the younger looking version of Biden had more hair around the ears too. Weird. The whole side-by-side thing.
Well, it's because his ears have been moved. Everything has been surgically moved backwards. So those probably aren't even his real ears. You know, they're probably press-on ears or like Lee press-on ears, you know, like the nails, they have ears.
Leah Shalek, thank you. Leah says, knowing how the BBC reports on Israel, why would we want to believe them on the Biden side-by-side videos? Well, they're saying that the videos are legit. They're the ones that are trying to, squelch all the rumors that they've been manipulated. So in this case, I gotta give it to BBC for actually trying to calm everybody down, because there's all these people going, that's fake. I don't think it's fake. Those are two side-by-sides. Now the question is, who is in each of them? Because they were very different from each other, right?
Right.
That's the weird
thing. And I think he also looks very different, like when he is drugged up and when he's not drugged up.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
The eyes definitely are different.
Oh
right?
my God. Yeah.
Jessica Simon, thank you. Jessica says, I've seen videos of a doppelganger exiting Air Force One from a back door. Never knew if that was true or not. I don't know either. And Shelly King, thank you very much for the super sticker. Appreciate that. Appreciate y'all. Jasmine Crockett is making the rounds because, as you know, everything that happened in that catfight last week was all about brand, was all about personal, getting her name out there, getting more popularity. That's all these chicks are about. And now, if you remember that the whole fight that started with Marjorie Taylor Greene started when Marjorie Taylor Greene commented on Jasmine's eyelashes, right? That was what started the fight. And now, as we're learning, talking about someone's eyelashes makes you racist.
Oh, you're racist.
Was not expecting that to be part of this catfight, but alas, here we are.
Bleached, blonde, bad built, ma'am, we've been here before, and I feel like what in the BBL Drizzy is going on in the halls of Congress?
What does that mean? What's BBL Drizzy? What's that?
Listen, I was so frustrated because we are always told that we are supposed to play within the systems and let the systems work. This is yet another example of when it comes down to seeking justice for someone that looks like me, it's like the system doesn't really know what that looks like. And so absolutely, she was what we call engaging in personalities, and therefore her words were to be stricken, and therefore she was to be kicked out of committee for the rest of the evening. But instead, That is not what the chairman did. And the idea that I should just sit there and pretend that I'm on the plantation and that we are not both duly elected members of Congress and I'm just supposed to take it. I did not lodge back with another personal attack against her. I asked for clarification and a hit dog hollered. And
she made fun of her body.
Yeah. And just because she didn't name her, everybody knew exactly who she was referring to.
It was a personal attack. She totally made fun of her body. And by the way, the lashes thing, it's not racist. Like,
right.
Jenny McCarthy, who is white as the driven snow, she hawks lashes. That's what she sells fake eyelashes. Like, white chicks all over social media are all about the fake lashes. It's not a black lady thing.
Right.
It's a white lady thing. It's just as much as it is a black lady thing. I see white ladies all over the place with the giant, ridiculous spiders on their eyes. This is what they do. It's like, don't make this a race thing because you look ridiculous. It's not a black lady thing at all. At all.
It's so dumb.
No, that's ridiculous. You don't get to own the lashes. You don't get to do that. Don't take that as a black person thing. It's not a race thing. So don't try to take that.
Yeah. A bunch of people were saying, Leslie L included, saying, pretty sure BBL is a Brazilian butt lift. Yes, but what is BBL Drizzy and what did that have to do with their conversation? That's the question.
BBL and
what in the BBL Drizzy?
And
what does that mean?
So is BB is a Brazilian butt lift? Is that a black woman thing? Really?
I
thought it was a Kardashian thing. I thought the Kardashians started the whole butt thing. Like they got butt surgery so they could get giant gargantuan butts, and they started that whole thing. And I'm mad at them for it. You know?
Melissa said Drizzy is the rapper Drake, and he's in a battle with another rapper. The other rapper put out a cartoon video saying Drake had a BBL, which is a dangerous surgery that women get. Okay, so it has something to do with Drake. Oh my God.
I don't care enough. I don't. We can move on. I don't.
Well, Fetterman, Senator Fetterman on Twitter had also made fun of the catfight, like just saying this is
so stupid.
Can we just not? It's so stupid.
So
AOC went after him, and so then he appeared in his big white hoodie on one of the talk shows to talk about the fight.
I also took this as an opportunity to again flex on MAGA and let them know that I will always be smarter than you. You can call me a DEI hire all you want to, and lodge all the other insults that they continuously lodge against me. But she is no match for me when it comes to intellect. She just decided, oh, you know what? I've got privilege, so I'm just going to say whatever I want to say and then lean back. And that's exactly what she did. And she knew that she would face no consequences, or at least she thought she would face no consequences. I refuse to be somebody's doormat, and anybody suggesting that I should, I need you to look in the mirror and maybe check yourself. If
this one's
I forgot about that clip.
Rhodes Scholar, this one, a Mensa candidate.
She's smarter than the entirety of MAGA, you guys.
She really is, you guys. Just so smart.
Okay, I'd forgotten that I had included that. I'm sorry. Now it's time for Fetterman.
So you responded to all of this by saying, in the past, I've described the U.S. House as the Jerry Springer Show. Today, I'm apologizing to the Jerry Springer Show. Democratic Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez responded by saying, quote, I understand you likely would not have stood up for your colleague and seem to be confused about racism and misogyny being a both sides issue, but I stand up to bullies instead of becoming one. Congresswoman Ocasio-Cortez seems to be suggesting that you're a bully.
Oh, well, of course, that's absurd. I was just simply responding to the kind of chaos and everything that Representative Green started as well. And if everyone on the committee was proud of what they've produced, they're entitled to their opinion. Or if they feel that this is the kind of a video that you want to send to a classroom of 8th grade civics kind of students across America, again, that's their choice. Now, to me, that's their choice.
When he becomes the bigger person, like every pun intended, I what is our world? Like,
I
what's
don't
happening?
even know.
What is
I don't
happening?
even know.
Like, dude strolls in his Carhartt sweatshirt and his like shorts that he just like picked up off the floor from last week. You know, and he's like, I'm the bigger person. Like, what? This is we're spiraling the drain, you guys. I don't. I can't. And we're watching it, going, oh yeah, he's the bigger person.
Yeah, he's totally right.
He's
Like,
totally
right.
look at Fetterman's right. Like, right. He's the bigger guy here in this battle of intellect.
It's because we're living in idiocracy. We're right.
We are
right in it.
We're right smack in the middle of idiocracy, right there, right in the middle. And I'm engaged in it. Like, I'm in the middle of it, and I'm actually like in it, going, oh yeah, Fetterman's right. But, like, I need a drink. What is going on? God, where are
everything
we?
is so weird. Everything.
I'm in the drain, you guys. I'm in it. We're spiraling.
We're circling.
Here we are.
We're circling.
We're all circling. What the F? Good
It's weird,
Lord.
right?
God
Weird.
help it. God, just meteor of death. Come now.
But there are still amazing people in the world. One among them is national treasure Clarence Thomas, who did a commencement address for Hillsdale. And I'm just going to play you like a few little seconds of it, because that's all you need to remember that there is decency and goodness in the world.
Yes, thank you.
Listen to this.
Hide your faith and your beliefs under a bushel basket, especially in this world that seems to have gone mad with political correctness. I admit to being unapologetically Catholic, unapologetically patriotic, and unapologetically a constitutionalist.
I love him.
See? Right?
I love him. I love him. I want to hug him.
I know, he's so great. That's
God,
something
I
that
love
would
that.
inspire. That's like what you say at a commencement address.
That is what you say at a commencement address. And look at him. Strong Black man, full of conviction. And
right?
not Joe Biden. God. Put y'all back in chains. I can't.
On the flip side, we have an entirely different Black man
Here we go.
to share with you. You may have seen going around, I don't know how this got released or leaked or whatever, but apparently some years ago, Sean Puffy, P, Diddy, Daddy, whatever, Combs, was in a hotel room with his then girlfriend, maybe wife. I don't even know because I don't follow him in any way. But in any case, there was leaked footage of him beating the crap out of her in the hotel hallway. She'd apparently left their room and he like grabbed her and was beating her up, and it's awful. And apparently he's been accused randomly throughout the years of being very violent and a domestic abuser. He has always denied it. But now there's video. Right. And so now everybody can see, yeah, that's what he did.
Yeah.
So he was forced into making a video to talk about this. And he wants you all to know that he has changed.
So difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life. Sometimes you got to do that. I was fucked up. I mean, I hit rock bottom.
Right.
But I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video.
I hate this guy.
I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now. I went and I sought out professional help. I had to go into therapy and go into rehab. Had to ask God for his mercy and grace.
Really?
I'm so sorry. But I'm committed to be a better man each and every day. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm truly sorry.
I don't like him. I want to punch his puffy face. Not that we condone violence on this show.
We would never do that.
We would never
do
condone
that.
violence on this show. But Puffy is very puffy. Have you noticed how puffy he is?
He's a little puffy.
It's a good target for a bunch of the women that he's beaten up to just punch him right in his puffy face. You know what I mean?
And he didn't apologize to her.
Nope.
That was not part of his apology. He just, the words that weren't said were, I am very sorry. I got caught.
Right.
That's what he's sorry about.
That's what he should have said, because that's what he meant. That's exactly what he meant. I don't like men who beat up women. I don't like them.
Nobody should. So anyway, you can take that however.
For what? Just like whatever you want to take that as. It's like whatever. He needs to be in jail.
All right, let's move on to our schlong for the day, which is just a follow-up on a story that we covered last week, which was making all kinds of waves and continues to, and that is the Harrison Butker story. So we talked about it last week, his commencement speech that was getting a lot of play, and a lot of people are super mad at him because he dared to suggest that women love being wives and mothers, and you can't say that.
Oh my God, it's
offensive. You can't say that.
He's so offensive.
So I thought I would just we could start out schlong by reminding everybody that this has been something that Harrison Butker has believed in forever. He gave a commencement address at Georgia Tech last year and said this:
get married and start a family. Wow. I will say this is the most important ring I have right here. Having kicked the game-winning field goal in both the AFC Championship and the Super Bowl, I have received a great deal of praise for these successes. They just announced that this Super Bowl was the most watched football game of all time, and yet all of this happiness is temporary. And the truth is, none of these accomplishments mean anything compared to the happiness I have found in my marriage and in starting a family. My confidence as a husband and father, and yes, even as a football player, is rooted in my marriage with my wife, as we leave our mark on future generations by the children we bring into the world. How much greater of a legacy can anyone leave than that?
I mean,
yeah, I mean,
I love him.
It's very sweet. He's just very sweet. And he's not saying, go become a baby factory, ladies. He's not saying that. And so many women took it as that.
Right.
I mean, if he said that, I probably would be offended too, you know, because I don't want a guy saying to me, you have to be a baby factory, Daisy. I don't want a guy saying that to me either, because you and I have had a successful business. We've been in corporate America together probably for half a century.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, we've worked our butts off. We've had successful professional careers. We've been accomplished businesswomen. We've been published authors. I mean, we've done the things, you know? So it's not like we want a dude saying, you have to be at home in the kitchen, because I would fail at doing that. I can't. Okay. All right, Harrison, I can't be in the kitchen. I can't. So that I would fail at that. So I don't want a guy telling me to do that. I don't. But I appreciate this message. I really do, because if there's one thing that I think that this country needs, it's more men saying family is important, you know, and masculinity is not toxic, and women are valued as mothers. That's a wonderful thing for a young man, or a man in general, to say to a bunch of graduates. It's okay to say that. It's okay to have a choice, for women to have a choice and of saying, okay, well, you can work and you can have children, and both of those things are valued. Why is that so offensive to women? I don't
know. What's crazy too is that we wrote about a similar incident in our book about Natalie Portman, who won an Oscar one year, or some Golden Globe or whatever. And when she went to give her speech, she talked about how the most important role of her lifetime was the new one that she had just achieved, which was motherhood. She had just given birth. She was super emotional about it. And feminists lost their minds. They were so angry that Natalie Portman was making the personal declaration that motherhood was more important than being an actress, as if there was anything wrong with that. Yeah. Everybody can think that if somebody wants to think their career is more important than their family, I guess go do that, but suggesting that most women, as Harrison did in his most recent speech, that most women will probably look at being wives and mothers as being more important than their careers. That's normal. I mean, that's like, I'd think it was weird if a woman thought their career was more important than their own freaking family.
Exactly.
What?
Yeah.
Like, how is this bad?
Yeah, I don't understand it. And then you've got the NFL chastising this man.
Yeah.
And then but it's totally fine for an NFL player to have 10 kids with 5 different women and not marry any of them.
Right.
And we're not chastising that. I'm sorry.
Or to be charged with domestic abuse, as many of them have.
Amen. Which exactly. And we're not chastising that behavior. Like, I'm sorry, but what the hell? I feel like your priorities are a little bit off, NFL.
A little bit.
And this is what, so they absolutely have distanced themselves from him and saying motherhood is important, basically.
Right.
Raising a family together as, a mom and dad and kids, that's an important thing. Like, what is going on? And his teammates aren't really coming to his aid, which I find
I haven't heard from many.
Which
maybe we just haven't heard from them, but and they are saying things.
I haven't really heard much. There was a guy on Twitter over the weekend, his Giant Toad is his name. I saw this and I thought it was really funny because there are women coming out and they're like, there's all sorts of trends on Facebook and stuff. I can tell you about one, but this guy, Giant Toad, he said the woman of the team, like there was a daughter of one of the owners of the NFL,
I have that
NFL team. Do you have it? Because she was on Fox. But he said the woman of the team showing the players how to have balls and defend your teammate.
Right? It's a great. Right? She was great. She's absolutely great, and we do have that.
It's lovely. She was lovely about it, and she couldn't. And I thought to myself, isn't it interesting how women are having to come out and say, yeah, this is a good thing, and this guy is coming out and he's getting attacked for it. Like, don't we want this? Don't we want men to be able to stand up? Like, what are we doing to men if we can't say to men, yay, you for supporting your wife and being a wife and a mother? Don't we want that? I mean,
you would think. I'm just baffled that this has gotten the attention that it has. Like, it's crazy to me that he's become such this loathed figure over his own personal Catholic values that were inspirational. And so, that was a commencement speech.
And that's a great point, Mock, because wasn't that a Catholic school he was talking to?
Very Catholic.
Catholic school I would assume hopefully some of those kids that go to a Catholic school are freaking Catholic. And
nobody ever talks about the massive applause that he got from the audience there. There were maybe 10 girls. In fact, one of the graduates did a TikTok going, it was so awful. And she was like, there were 10 of us that were so mad. Out of the whole graduating class, fine. You 10 girls, go be mad and go enjoy your careers and do you. But
what kills me is that a lot of the women that I see on my Facebook feed who are pissed off about it are Catholic.
I know, right? I mean, it's just crazy.
Yeah, because one of the chicks that I know who actually I'm pseudo friends with on Facebook, she's like, he's giving Catholics a really bad name. Why?
Oh my God, he's giving Catholics the exact name that they're supposed to have.
Right. Are you also pro-choice? Are you, okay, Nancy Pelosi? I mean, this is the thing. I thought that is what Catholics, you should be applauding this as a Catholic. So I'm really, I'm taken aback by how this guy has just taken a beating for what should be just like a no big deal thing. He just said, yay, mothers are great.
And it was in his personal capacity. So people that are trying to get him fired for this are psycho. And somebody came at me on Twitter saying, oh, so you didn't want Colin Kaepernick to be fired from his job for doing all the activism that he did. And I was like, okay, that is the dumbest comparison I have ever heard.
It is.
Because
really
Colin
dumb.
Kaepernick was actually disrupting his workplace.
Right.
So Harrison Butker was not at work. He was not doing anything related to his work. He was speaking at a commencement address in his personal capacity totally different. And by the way, I couldn't give a shit if Colin Kaepernick got fired or not. He was a terrible player. He was causing massive chaos, and I don't care. Like, I was not one of the ones going, he needs to be fired.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, the people that are drawing that comparison are morons.
Right. Harrison Butker. It's not like these people get paid to do commencement addresses. You know what I mean? They go there and they just give an address, and it's like they're just telling people what they think, and they're trying to be uplifting. And he said some stuff. That's all he did. He just said some stuff. And the stuff that he said, if that offends you, check yourself.
Right. And he is clearly a man of huge integrity. There's a little clip I have of him on a radio show or maybe a podcast talking about the vaccines. And back in the day when he was having to go through the worry of, am I going to have to do this in order to keep my job? And this is a guy who is very principled and is willing to stand by what he believes in, as you'll hear in this clip.
I think the only tough thing was for a lot of players, they felt like they didn't have a choice. It was almost like you have to do these things. You got to follow these protocols or else you're not going to have a job and you're going to get cut. But, you know, for me, I just felt in my situation, I talked to my wife and I was fully okay with stepping away from football. I was like, I'm going to stick to my principles. Wow. I'm not going to compromise. And if this is my last season, then so be it. And I think in some ways I was an example for a lot of the guys, like, wow, you know, maybe I should have stood up a little bit more. Maybe in the future when there's something that's going to come down where I feel like my freedom's getting taken away and I feel like I don't have a voice, well, I can stick up and stand up for what I believe in. Because at the end of the day, football isn't my life. It's my job. I love it. I love kicking. I love the Chiefs. I love playing. But, you know, I'm a child of God and I'm a husband and father, and that comes before playing football. So if I'm ever doing something that I think goes against those first two things, as being a child of God and as being a husband and father, then, you know, I'm prepared to step away and look for another means to provide for the family.
How could a Catholic be against that? I don't get it. Like,
this is why his jersey has sold out. Like, his now is the #1 selling jersey, which I love.
Yeah,
I
but
love that.
Especially if you're a Catholic, like, reassess your Catholicism. If you're mad at this guy, if you're a woman and you're like, oh my God, he gives Catholics a bad rap, you probably need to leave the church, you know, seriously. And that's not hyperbole. Like, you're doing Catholicism wrong because this guy's doing it right. Period.
He really is. I mean, I just love that. He's obviously a man of character, and why people are trashing him. Yes, Irene Curtis. That's right. Irene, thank you. She says his jersey is selling out. That's right.
Yeah.
Robin Zecca, thank you. Robin said about P. Diddy, Sean Combs, whatever, just excuses, did not mention nor apologize to his victim. Exactly. Missy Sanders, thank you. Missy says JFC started everything when she asked MTG if she knew why they were there, as if to say MTG was an idiot. Okay. Jasmine Crockett started everything when she asked Marjorie if she knew why they were there. Yeah. I mean, the whole fight is, I can't. It's so dumb. So dumb. Andrea Cleaver, thank you. Andrea says they can scream death to America, but Harrison's religious beliefs trigger these idiots. What is wrong with our country? Great question.
You have time. We have a list.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Gracie Hunt, who, as you mentioned, is the daughter of the Chiefs owner, was on Fox and Friends and talking. They asked her what she took away from Harrison's speech, and she was precious. Here she is.
We're going to start with you because the couch would like to know, as America would, the reaction from the Hunt family regarding the kicker, Harrison Butker.
Well, I can only speak from my own experience, which is I've had the most incredible mom who had the ability to stay home and be with us as kids growing up. And I understand that there are many women out there who can't make that decision, but for me in my life, I know it was really formative in shaping me and my siblings to be who we are.
So you understood what he was talking about?
For sure.
Okay.
And I really respect Harrison and his Christian faith and what he's accomplished on and off the field.
Okay.
Yep. So that's the woman. That's the woman of the team showing the players how to have balls and to defend the teammate. She's the one that's defending him when the men should be standing up for him. God bless her for doing that. I mean, she seems like a lovely, lovely young lady.
She's gorgeous too.
Beautiful.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
Oh
and her mom and dad did a great job, you know.
Clearly.
And it is wonderful that her mom could stay home. And she's right. Not all of us can do that. But isn't that wonderful that her mom could? And I think, and it's great that she had the opportunity to be able to do that. And, you know, God bless her for standing up for him.
Mm-hmm. I love that.
I do
and then lastly, Bill Maher talked about this on his show, and he doesn't understand what all the fuss is about. Here he is.
He said, some of you, talking to the women here, some of you may go on to lead successful careers in the world. Okay, that seems fairly modern. But I would venture to guess that the majority of you are most excited about your marriage and the children you will bring into this world. I don't see what the big crime is. I really don't. And I think this is part of the problem people have with the left, is that lots of people in this country are like this. Like he's saying, some of you may go on to lead successful careers, but a lot of you are excited about this other way that everybody used to be. And now can't that just be a choice too? And I feel like they feel very put upon, like there's only one way to be a good person, and that's to get an advanced degree from one of those asshole factories like Harvard.
So true. He's right.
I know.
He's 100% correct. I can't God, I hate it when I agree with him, but he's right. And he's agreeing with us. He's absolutely right. Like that. What is the thing that you're it's awesome to be successful in your career. And that's what we've always said. We love what we do. My God, we love what we do. We want to do it forever. Right. But at the end of the day, my most amazing accomplishment in life is my kid. You know, I mean, I love being a mom. I love being a mom. Like when I'm on my deathbed, I'm not going to be like, God, I wish I would have worked more.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, the fuss about this is out of
it's so
control.
Stupid. Yeah. I mean, it's like, and really, if you ask these women who are so offended, is that what you're going to be saying on your deathbed? Or are you going to be like, God, my work was my most amazing accomplishment in life? I mean, if it is, then I feel sorry for you. I really do. I feel sorry for you.
Anyway, hopefully that dies down, because I didn't expect that we would still be talking about it after the whole weekend, but here we are.
I know, right?
Now it is time for your double D.
Okay. I just saw this. It's a Monday, very happy little thing. Dogs, you guys, we don't deserve dogs. I think this is in China. I think this is probably in China, but this is like an impromptu thing that I saw, and I just thought it was sweet. And it's something that probably your dog Ella would do. I mean, look, it just starts out kind of small, and then he's like, oh, wait, my human wants to do this. So I'm going to, here we go. We're off to the races. I mean, dog.
So great.
Isn't that the greatest? Ella would do this for you. Isn't that the
I don't know. I don't know that she would.
You don't think?
I don't think so.
No,
She's really smart, but I don't know that she would just voluntarily help me jump rope. I don't think so.
Dogs. Oh, gee, guys.
I know. They're the best, man. They're the absolute best. BTK, thank you. BTK says Catholics need to stand up and be forward with their beliefs. That's all he's doing, really. I mean, that's all he's
doing. And then he's getting crap for it. And it's like, okay, well, then you're not doing it right.
I have so many good My Pillow Toks. Don't forget to get yourself something nice at mypillow.com/chicks using code chicks. Very best way that you can support our show is to get yourself something nice from one of our sponsors. So
also
think about mypillow.com/chicks.
I forgot to tell you guys, when you get a chance, make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube as well. When you're out there, at night, we know that you're on YouTube. Make sure that you go out to our YouTube and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Do it, because there's lots of shorts and good stuff out there that you don't see during our show. So do that.
It's true. Extra content, you guys. Extra. Speaking of dogs, this one is precious. So this is Marley versus 2 tomatoes, and it is quite a fight, you guys.
Okay. Oh, gosh. I'm going to get you. Oh, ferocious. Oh, my gosh. Ferocious. Get it. Oh, get you. So ferocious.
The slow-mo, man.
You got it.
So great. Also, there was a prank played on a grandma where they went to one of those home goods stores, I guess.
Yes.
and you know, like where they have picture frames and like already pre-made pictures, they took her picture and like put it in a bunch of frames.
Oh
So
my
she's, like,
gosh.
everywhere. And
So
she
mean.
is so mad about it.
Oh
So
my
mad.
God.
What the fuck?
I've seen this grandma. She's really mean.
They got my pictures on display.
Oh my God.
What the hell? Where did those come from?
She's so mean.
No, look at this one. Look at that. Where in the hell did they get that picture at?
I know you're on the beach somewhere.
She is throw mama from the train. She is that grandma.
I'm gonna be someplace else with these motherfuckers.
Oh my God.
This is bullshit. Look at that. Mother, I like to know where in these spots they got it. This is fucking completely
She's bad.
So mad.
She's so mad.
Hell, I ain't never.
She's smiling there. Look at her.
Had a picture made like that before.
You can't buy all those grannies.
I ain't buying them.
She's just taking them. She's taking all of them.
Mad. She is mad.
So mad about it.
Also, I think this is totally true that there are some baby names, that there are some names that people use to name their kids that already sound too adulty. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can't imagine that a baby
like Blanche. You can't name a baby Blanche.
Right. So this one guy has decided that the way to gauge if your name is too old for a baby is, could you breastfeed a child with that name?
Okay.
And so it's just an interesting way to look at it. Here he is.
Here are some names that will go extinct because they can't be breastfed. They simply need to be born at 40 years old, otherwise everyone gets uncomfortable. Number 1, Craig. You can't breastfeed Craig.
I mean, you
Craig should be
could.
doing taxes, not trying to walk for the first time. Next up is Clive. You can try and make it cute for a baby with nicknames like Cheese and Clive Dip, but he's just a full-grown man. Next up is Simon. By all means, if you can hold them in for 40 years rather than pumping them out your bum at 9 months, call them whatever you want, but you can't have a Simon crawling around. Next up, you've got Richard. Come on. No one wants to hold Richard. It's weird. Next up is Jeffrey. I don't know. I'll just have the overwhelming urge to shake its hand, even if it is a baby. Next one is Alan. I don't even think you could breastfeed Alan if you tried. He wouldn't take to the tea. He'd rather have a black coffee, I'm sure. Next up is Mark. If you decided on Mark before the baby is born, he will come out in a three-piece suit.
Mark, you could.
And he'll walk out. He'll take the umbilical cord off himself.
Like Gary.
There are some names that will go.
I like that in the comments there was Gary and Keith.
Keith, oh my gosh, yes.
Keith,
yes.
I don't know if anybody that's named their kid Keith in like 40 years. I don't know. Do you guys know any Keiths? Any? Walter.
Do I
see Walter's in the comments? Randy.
Yeah.
These are good ones. Really good ones. Yeah. Walter's up
know
there.
Keith.
Mm-hmm. I think Simon's a really cute baby name. I love that name.
Yeah, that is a pretty cute. I feel like you could breastfeed a Simon.
You could totally breastfeed a Simon.
Yeah, I think so
You
too.
can't breastfeed a Damien. You can't, Stuart the Brit. No.
You know those, we've played videos of these before where they normally scare the bejesus out of babies, but like those toys that will repeat what a baby, like the sounds that a baby makes.
Yes.
Well, we finally found a kid that loves this toy, you guys.
Oh my gosh.
Loves it.
There's one. Oh my gosh, that's so great.
Isn't it the cutest?
I love it. That's so great.
I don't know why, but okay, wait, I'll save that one for later because I have to mute it. But okay, 2 more. So somebody put this on our insiders page, which was absolutely precious. This little girl trying to repeat the Pledge of Allegiance.
Oh,
and
I love
accidentally uses some of the cuss words. And it's so cute.
It's so great.
Listen to the guy talking with her because he's the one that points out the cuss words and it's hilarious.
Pledge allegiance
Oh.
To the pack.
To pack.
Tingle, Michael.
Tingle.
Into the fucking elections on a shit,
Nine.
on a god, and a bitch fit.
In a bitch fit.
Behind all your heart.
Put your hand.
Right there. Yes.
In a bitch fit.
In a bitch fit. Tango. That's the greatest. I love that.
So cute.
Little, that sweet little voice. It's the greatest. My daughter, she could not say frog. And so she said the F word, like probably for a 6-month period. And we constantly were like, what's this? We'd hold up a frog and she would just say the F word. So mean. We have videos of it. When she's 18, I'll be like, look at all these videos of you saying the F word. It wasn't. Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. You guys have to see this cat who loves his owner, loves her, wants to help groom her, does not understand that some women have long hair. That's very, very difficult to groom.
Stop.
Oh God, it's so great. I love it. Orange cats. I love orange cats.
I mean, that is just the best. I love that so much.
So great.
And then the last one I have to mute because for some reason there's music, but somebody has a meerkat, number one, which is amazing.
Oh my God.
But secondly, he's in a sweater that says Maker's Mark, and I just can't. I cannot.
Oh my gosh, you need one.
I
Look at him.
one.
He's standing at attention. He's like, what? I'm the co-pilot.
That is the cutest thing ever.
I
Ever.
don't even know what to make of this. It's just a meerkat in a sweater, you guys.
In a whiskey sweater. Like,
Right.
why? I don't know, but I love it.
Why not?
I love everything about it.
Why not? That's what Mock needs one. Although in South Carolina, I don't think you'd need a sweater. It'd need a bikini. Like a tiny little Maker's Mark, little Maker's Mark bikini.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you to Tanya Chaplain. Tanya says, is it wrong to set up a GoFundMe for my dog's surgery? Listen, you do you. Set up
Totally.
whatever you want for whatever you want.
You know what I love is every time you show some sort of weird animal, inevitably somebody in the comments is like, hey, Daisy, you should get that animal. It's always me. It's always because I have the land. And so they're like, hey, Daisy,
it makes perfect sense.
You should get a wombat with a Maker's Mark bikini. Hey, Daisy, you should get the kangaroo. It's always me. It's like,
yes,
Mock wants to love it, but I have to take care of the damn things. It's always me.
I love this arrangement so much.
God, I have to buy it. I got to take care of it. I got to feed it. Always me.
Rachel Ray, thank you. Rachel says, I had a Butker jersey before it was mainstream because he is precious. He really is. I totally want to get one.
He is.
You guys,
precious.
I have
the
gifts
goat.
and they are amazing. Like, one of them in particular, you will die.
Oh my
You
God,
will
I
die
can't
when you see
wait
it.
to see.
So we should bring it in case people don't want to stick around for that.
Let's bring it in. Yes. And then I have to go pick up my husband at the car place. Our truck is broken down, you guys.
Okay, I'll try to be quick about it. I'll try to be
Oh,
quick.
it's okay. You don't have to be quick. I'm dying to see.
Okay, well, first, Shelly Ethington. She sent this lovely card and this cute little mug.
What does
that
it say?
says, not only does my mind wander, sometimes it walks off completely.
Why is it
down?
I think
I
it's
have no idea.
the chicken, maybe the way that the chicken looks or something. I don't know. Apple thinks it needs to give the
either.
thumbs down. That's funny.
And she also sent these dish towels. One that
Oh,
says, an
my
old
God.
rooster and a cute chick live here.
So cute. Ron's like, hey, wait a minute.
0 clucks given.
Love it. Love
cute.
it.
Okay, so that was from Shelly. And then
So cute.
from Diane Gray, she sent the most hilarious glasses.
Those are so great.
And she sent a gift card, which was very, very sweet, very
Very
generous.
sweet.
Our friend Jennifer Say sent some swag from her new company, XXXY Athletics.
Can't wait to see.
So you guys can check that out.
Very
XXXY
cute.
Athletics. So that was very
Yes.
nice. And then you guys. Okay, so this is it. It's a 4-parter, I think, but the last thing,
gosh.
you're gonna die. Okay, so this is from Jenny from Florida. And oh my God. So first of all, she sent raccoon. What are these? These are like pillowcases, I think. Or like
Cute
dish towels.
raccoon.
Cute
Little-
raccoon.
Okay.
It just gets more and more crazy. So just a girl who loves raccoons.
Who loves raccoons. Got it. Okay.
She
So
sent
cute.
this
What
little
is that?
thing. It's like a well, I don't exactly know, except that it's just a thing that you like hang, I think.
Okay. It's super cute with the little raccoon on it. It's cute.
She sent 2 blankets. I mean, like nice blankets that like, have raccoon. There's a raccoon blanket. But then, okay, so this is the most amazing thing ever. And she wants me to, and I'm going to do it. So this is going to be exclusive content for our insiders and supporters. She sent me.
OMG. You are not.
Costume. And it is a full body costume, you guys.
Oh my God.
And it
You're going
even
to dress
has
up like
tail.
a raccoon. She's going to dress up like a raccoon.
I'm
Of
doing
course
it.
You are. Of course you're
I'm
going to
doing
do it.
I'm going to have somebody take a picture of me and I'm
You've
going
got
to
to
post
keep that.
it.
You've got to dress up like that for Halloween. You've got to dress up
Absolutely,
so
I
when
will.
the kids come around, you're going to be a raccoon for Halloween, and then you can give.
Well,
out
there's no
candy, too.
kids. We don't do. There's no kids in the
There's
neighborhood.
no kids there. Oh my
No,
God.
there's no
You
trick
have-
or treating
you
there.
may
But
have-
I'll still do it.
I would say you could send it to me, but I'd probably burn up in that costume in Texas.
It's
'cause
pretty hot.
Usually like 90 degrees here. Yeah, but oh my God, that's so
I know.
cute.
Can you believe it?
It's
so
adorable.
I'm gonna be like a legit furry for a day when I take the picture, and then I'm gonna post it for insiders and supporters. I mean, that is a lot of stuff.
That is a lot. Somebody,
And that's crazy.
Gigi girl said you're a macoon. That's what it is. It's so cute.
I mean, it's too much. You guys stop. You guys have to stop. You can't seriously.
It's true.
We appreciate it so much, but the very best way to support this show is to get yourself something awesome
It's
from
true.
one of our sponsors.
It's
Jenny
very, very
Lightburn. She says, I love you, Mock. I mean, that was, oh my God. I'm so
Very generous.
excited about it. I can't wait to put it on. I'm going to make Jackson take a picture of me and then I will post it for the groups.
Jackson's going to be like, why is my mom dressed up as a raccoon?
Like, what is wrong with my mom?
What is even happening? I'm 18. I'm getting ready to go to college and my mother is now a furry. What's
I
going
know.
on?
It's ridiculous.
It's what every high school senior dreams of, is that their mother.
Maybe I should wear that to his graduation party.
Oh, yes. Yes.
He'd be
The
mortified. I will not.
greatest. Okay, you guys have the most wonderful Monday and we will talk to you tomorrow. Bye. Bye, everybody.